Hi gardening friends! Today we're in the kitchen with my beautiful cucumber harvest. I'm having the best cucumber season of my gardening life. It's been fabulous because I love cucumbers. I also love pickles, and that is what I'm going to do with most of these cucumbers. So I grew some pickling ones, some Boston pickling and some national pickling, and they did fantastic. I've got the most pickles from these plants. I also grew some baked alpha cucumbers, which have a really smooth skin and not a lot of seeds. These are fabulous. They taste really good. They're growing well. I'm very happy with them. I grew some slicing cucumbers, straight eights and market more, I think. They did okay. I've gotten a couple. This is the best looking one so far, actually. And then we grew some China jade cucumbers. I was intrigued by them because they can get extremely long. But as you see this one, it's a little bit oddly shaped. It's kind of skinny. I found out that it's not good for them to cross-pollinate with other cucumbers. So next year we're going to plant these ones off in their own little cucumber patch by themselves on the other side of the garden so they won't cross-pollinate with the other varieties of cucumbers. But though they look a little funny and are a little skinny, they taste delicious and have really grown to be quite long. It's very fun. They're a fun cucumber. My cucumber season is basically done now. There's a couple cucumbers on there. The vines are starting to look really yellow. I'm gonna throw some more seeds in the ground and see what happens, but I never think that I'm guaranteed a fall harvest of cucumbers. With this bountiful harvest of mine, I am going to start making pickles. Today, we're gonna start the first step to making dill pickles. So my recipe for dill pickles requires them to sit in the refrigerator for 12 to 18 hours in a brine of salt water with a lot of ice cubes. And that is step one for dill pickles. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I do wanna say one cute little trick that I actually saw on Instagram last year, I think it was. So you'll notice a lot of my cucumbers already have the ends cut off. So I found via this reel that I came across or post, I don't even remember, but if you trim just the tiniest bit off each end and you roll them in a paper towel and stick them in a bag, not tightly sealed or anything, you can just use a grocery bag like from the grocery store. They will stay fresh in the refrigerator for an amazingly long period of time. Like these pickles that are beautiful right now, they've been in my refrigerator for over a week. Because as the pickle harvest has been coming in, we may even be up for over 2 weeks now. I've been bringing them in, cutting off the ends, wrapping them up in paper towel and sticking them in my fridge. And look how lovely they are. So there's a trick for you. I wish I could tag the person that put it up there, but it was one of those, somebody posted it and somebody else posted it and voila, it somehow landed in my feed. But it is one of those gimmicks that actually works if you're looking for a way to keep your cucumbers fresh while you're waiting to get enough to make your pickle recipe. So my dill pickle recipe requires 8 pounds of cucumbers. So the first thing I'm gonna do is measure up 8 pounds of these things and then put the rest of them away for tomorrow because it's late and I will not be making all of the pickles today. But we're gonna start with the dills and then we will make dill and bread and butter tomorrow. Using my kitchen scale and a big bowl, we are going to find ourselves 8 pounds of cucumbers. There we go. 8 pounds of cucumbers. Now it's time to wash these cucumbers up. Get everything nice and clean and ready to start chopping. There we go. You can use a mandolin for this as well. I have used both, but sometimes I just prefer knife to vegetable. Let's get going. I'm not exactly sure why I use the ice other than it's in the recipe. And excuse some of my camera tricks, my son was helping me out today. Finally, we add our salt water and fill up with regular water on top of our cucumbers. The plates help weigh everything down and keep them underneath the water. We want them totally covered and not exposed to the air. Good morning, gardening friends. Welcome to pickle making day 2. So my pickles have been sitting in their saltwater brine all night long. My cucumbers, they're not pickles yet, have been sitting in their brine all night long, and now I have to do the super boring task of washing all my jars and getting them hot so that we can start packing pickles and get them canned. So here we go. The prep steps: jars heating up, lids heating up, making our brine, the pickling spice goes into a spice bag so that it's not in the brine, it just infuses the flavor. Brine is boiling, jars are heating up, lids are heating up. We are on our way. Now it's time to remove these plates and rinse off our pickles. Just gonna use some cold water and give them a nice rinse. Look at these beauties. This year I get to use garlic that I grew in my very own garden for my pickles. Super exciting. I'm very happy about how well my garlic did this year, and I can't wait to plant 2 or 3 times as much this coming October. Okay, my brine is almost ready. The jars are all hot. I got pickles rinsed off. I'm going to pack these jars and then add 1 clove of garlic to the top, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, and 1 tablespoon of either dill seeds or dried dill. Because I just didn't have any luck with fresh dill this year, maybe next year. All right, let's get packing. Well, gardening friends, I followed all of the measurements in the recipe, but it appears this is going to give me way more than 7 pints of pickles. So we'll just repeat. Pickles packed up, time for the brine. Recipes are super acidic because of all the vinegar, so they do not take much time in the canner. These babies are going into a water bath canner for 10 minutes, then out on the counter to cool and let all these lids seal up tight. I'd say we probably have 7 more pints after this by the looks of that bowl of cucumbers. I will show you the finished products. Okay, gardening friends, now we have moved on to our bread and butter pickles. These are my husband's favorite, so I always make as many as I can. I got 13 pints of the dill pickles, and I'm hoping to get 14 pints of the bread and butter pickles. Now, the biggest difference between these two recipes is for this one, you don't pack the cucumbers into the jars and then pour over the brine. You actually put the cucumbers into the brine, bring it to a boil, and then pack the whole mixture into your hot jars. So I've got jars clean, I've got brine heating up, I'm about to rinse off some cucumbers, and we are super close to finishing up pickle day number 2. Let's get some of these into some jars. Here we go. You can take me there to the end. Whoa, this life is all we know. Whoa, I can't stay if you can't. A slotted spoon may help in this process to get the cucumbers in first and then come back with your ladle to get the brine into the jars. And even when you're next to me, I feel like you were gone. It's all the things you never show. They're all the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Whew. Okay, gardening friends, what a day. We have behind me 13 pints of dill pickles and 11 pints of bread and butter pickles out of 18 pounds of cucumbers. Wow. That's all I got to say is wow, because I've never had this kind of haul in my gardening life, and I'm super excited. I make pickles every year, but usually I need to buy a bushel or 2 of pickling cucumbers from my local farmers, and this year I did it all on my own. Super exciting. I will either link or type out the directions and recipes for the pickles that I made, and I hope that you try to make pickles for yourself because they are yummy, delicious, not that hard, can very quickly, only 10 minutes, and then they're on your shelf all winter long. I will see you next time on Garden Avenue. Night.
Please like, subscribe, and share to this channel. Peace out.